Good morning. Welcome to Melzworld Live. I'm your host, Ramel, and this episode was brought to you by hay fever. Yeah, you know it's spring because the little pollen modules go right into your nose. And that's where they are. They're right up in my nostrils, my nasal regions. And, yeah. So I'm not sick. Nor do I feel sick. I'm sneezing. What's interesting is I reached out to ChatGPT, right? And I this is a question I've always had, and I think this is the first time I get to really ask it. Is it like when I start a sneezing fit, it kind of is this kind of pain or pressure in this lower region, and I don't know what it is. And of course, I have to ask, why does it hurt when I sneeze? And the answer is, it's a muscle. There's a muscle that tenses up very tightly when you sneeze, and it's basically like doing a workout. So that's what it is. So I'm not sick, just sneezy. Anyways, welcome to it's Wednesday. Welcome to Wednesday. It is April 2nd, 2025. Yesterday was a very curious April 1st. Lots of things going on. But ultimately, the subject matter for today, on top of everything that we're doing, is Burning Man. Burning Man is the conversation for today. It's our little discussion. So, in my efforts to reach out and learn more and get some history for Epicenter employees, I was connected to Jimmy McManus. And I'll say it here because the memory is fresh and it's important. But in 1990, I'm going to say 6, maybe 1995, I had started working with the Epicenter as a teen volunteer. And I was part of a group called the Teen Council. And this group was 7 to 10 teens of my age and near my age who were motivated to meet on a regular basis to discuss, plan, and support the growth of the original San Diego Regional Teen Center in 1998. And that core group stuck with me as a kind of a lasting memory for the following 20 to 30 years, right? That group was empowered by adults, was trusted for their intuition and their thoughts and their motivations, and were given privileges that allowed them to canvass the city, reach out to town council or to city council, and really given the knowledge that they could be part of a greater thing, and told that we could do more. We can go further than whatever station we're given, and that we had the tools necessary to organize and move initiatives forward. And you don't think about it when you just go to work or when you do your things, but at that time we'd laid a foundation that would be built up for the next 20 years and would impact many of the things that we did. Okay, I say all this because I had a call with one of the original core members that I'd known. His name is Jimmy, And when we had all left and graduated and moved on, he had stayed behind to continue leading the charge. He held strong with the music venue. He became the music coordinator. He was there to make sure all, the teen center was represented when there were massive concerts, making San Diego a really hot music scene. I spoke with him yesterday for almost 2 hours, and I learned his story, and I learned what the epicenter meant for him and what it created within him. Now, 10,000 foot story, because, I don't have all the details, and I'd love for him to be on call when he tells that story again, and I want to record it, is that, he'd stayed with the teen center way after we had left. And then in around 2017, he moved to where Burning Man currently is. But during that time, he'd fallen in love with the sea, and he was a deckhand, and he worked in San Diego from deckhand to eventually getting his captain's license. And then he worked with Burning Man, and actually that's where he would have continued to work up to now, right? So he loved the high seas, the real one, not the one that I live in. I live in a completely different pirate world. But he lived in one where he was actually the captain of his own vessel, or a deckhand, like the idealized dream of being on the sea. He was that. He was like people that work on cruise ships are on the sea, and that's cool. Like that's a cool life, and he was on tall ships. He was on what are they called, the crow's nests, right? He was at the top. He was pulling ropes, and there's all these terminologies, but he was living that life. And that wasn't his single great accomplishment, right? Sailing 100,000 nautical miles. His greatest accomplishment was he was working with UCSD, and he was part of, if not the head of, the guys who unionized sailing, or the ships. I wish I could give you more detail. I probably could look it up. But he spent, 10 years working on union documentation, 237 pages. I'm not getting the exact number. But Jimmy went somewhere, saw that people were being underrepresented, people were being taken care, advantage of, and he took the initiative to work tirelessly to unionize sailors. That's amazing. That's phenomenal. That impact will forever protect those type of workers. And he attributes all of that to the roots of the teen center. That's what made him who he was. And it was a really important thing to realize, because, I took it, and it was definitely one of the strongest tools that I used in my career. But I didn't live a selfless life. I'm very incredibly selfish. And to see what he did, to see how he bled, he sweat, he fought, that's awesome. And the teen center made that. So now I'm curious, can I see this pattern in at least a handful of the core group? Because I already know not everyone pushed through. But if we're talking about a group of 5 to 7 kids, if 5 of them did something, Well, that's all the statistic you need to know, that those core values instilled in those kids, they carried through to adulthood, to success. And maybe it was an indicator of privilege, but I don't think so. I don't think you just have a socioeconomic status that encourages you to have entrepreneurial skills, right? Those are skills. Those are skills that are gained at an early age. Anyways, we had a 2-hour talk, and I got to learn that he has a roller coaster of life, but ultimately he has made these major accomplishments that he doesn't tout like a badge of honor. He's very respectful about how he views all the work that he's done. He's humble about it. He's fact based. And then, he works for Burning Man now, and he works at a high capacity. And he kind of gave me a peek under the hood, which fascinating world. But once again, he implemented ideas that he had learned from the teen center, that he had learned when he was working as a union, when he built the unions for the sailors. I need to get a real detailed explanation, but he kept taking these rules and he'd implement them, and they started getting better. And he's still running Burning Man, and it's amazing. He lives out in this conservatorship 100 miles north of Reno, where the temperatures will vary from snow to 120 degrees, right? And absolutely, he called it a food desert or a food wasteland, or I forgot, or grocery waste. Basically, there's nothing for 100 miles. And that's wild. That is absolutely nutso. And I go, do you love working out there? And he goes, no, I hate it. And I go, why? Why are you out there then? He goes, it is incredibly lucrative, right? The houses are company paid, the housing, the vehicles are company given, the food is company given. And yet, on top of that is a immense amount of compensation. And that is why he stays there, right? It's a good place for him to raise his family, and keeps him in nature. I mean, that takes a lot. I couldn't do it. That's amazing. Anyways, I had a great call with Jimmy, and what it really said to me was, if that's one person, who are the others, right? If I can count myself among that group, who are the others and what have they done, right? And so this is where the story gets really interesting. I have a list of names, right? Nope. Let's see here. That is not my list of names. Okay. So, Jimmy McManus, right? Shelley Howard. So if I look up Shelley Howard in LinkedIn, she was one of the core members. And I'll tell you this. Director of Electric Utilities. She's got 4 or 5 certifications on her name. She's got a project manager, coordinator, PE, LEED, AP. I have no idea what that means. I'm sure chat can help me with that. What are these certification titles? Oh. That's cool. One more time. What are these certification titles? Oh, geez. Let's see here. Need for signing off on engineering products. Well, professional engineer, project management professional, lead energy environmental design accredited professional. Wow. That's amazing. Let's see here. That's fantastic. So that's what she's doing right now. Let's see here. Who else is on that list? There's a guy named Jason Louv. Let's see what Jason's doing. President. So one's a director, one's the president. Ultra Culture Incorporated. That's great. Ultra Culture, a data driven media company dedicated to reimagining the mind, body, spirit marketplace for a global audience. I'm also an 8-time published author. Latest was the internationally successful John Dee and the Empire of Angels, and podcaster. You may have seen me in the award winning Netflix animated show, The Midnight Gospel. There you go. So, that's him. Who else do we got? Let's look at Mario Capitelli. Oh, he's the art director of the Oakland City Schools. Wow. Manager, KDAL TV, Multimedia Services at Oakland Unified. Joe Kraft. It's another one. What's his product designer for corporate branding, graphic design for Rove Company, eco-conscious product design. I mean, there's a lot of entrepreneurial spirit in all of them, but if it wasn't entrepreneurial, then there is real levels of accomplishment. That's really cool. That's amazing. And I'm very, very proud of the work that everyone's done. And that's not everybody. There's still others. Now they're not all wins, right? Present party considered. Yeah, I made my heights. But I could never find the right entrepreneurial catch. But in the corporate world, I've made my heights. But you know what? Ultimately, I'm this kind of content creator, this creative. But wow, what a call. What a call. It's been just an amazing 2 hours last night. Anyways, yeah, so I have some things to do. I have some people to reach out to, some emails to make, some contacts and connections. And yeah, we'll see what we can get accomplished. The concert is at 72% funding, which is out of this world. I took my gift certificate from Amazon and I used it to get items that I will be performing with when I go to the concert. So I really need to step that up. I have 3 songs that I have to ensure are ready to go. I'm obligated for 3 songs. It's a very low bar that I just have to make sure I bring my A game. So that's that's the focus. So let's go ahead and go into the Lifehouse updates. Freezer is losing its cool. So this tech came. But what we're at now is we need technician to verify that this unit should be replaced. That's it. So Thursday afternoon is when insurance will call. Boom. So there, that's the update with the freezer. IHSS, yes, the caseworker got back to me. Phone interview for changes on Thursday, April 3rd, 2 p.m. That's good. What that means is we actually have a scheduled date for my mom to sit down with the social worker to see if she needs more hours. That's great. Health. I know, right? Yeah, we pay potentially another car. Job supplied. Okay. So, Food Sleuths, Melzworld Odyssey, nothing new. Anything for music? Oh, that's going to be under Mayhem is going to be right there under concerts. So let's go and drop that. How funny is that? BabsCon, we're willing to offer you your room. Not anymore. That's gone. Now it's Mayhem. Okay, so for Mayhem, I have to re-familiarize myself with apples of my eye. On hold. Okay, and then learn hit flow. There. So those are my and I actually have to write lyrics for hit flow. So let's take a look at my stats really quick. I'm actually really curious to see how well. I don't think anything's changed. I got like an update from DistroKid, but I'm curious about the statistics. Just curious, you know. Wow, it's awesome. Where's my music at? Come on. 174 streams for the last 28 days. It's not bad. That's not bad. Well, we finally broke 1,000 streams in the last since it was released. It finally broke 1,000 streams. That's amazing. So it's good to know. But once again, it is looking good. Looking good. All right. All right, so that's it. I do get to mark off. I think I marked off the bingo thing already for Roman. I think I got him. Yep. That's it. And of course, if I decide to go to YouTube, just out of, poops and chuggles, I don't think anything has changed with the channels, right? If I go to switch account, all of my channels, Food Sleuths is still at 30. Oh, it's 33. There. Melzworld Odyssey is at 34, and Rhyme Flow is still 2250. Okay. So today's goals are to start familiarizing myself with the tracks, and to start. What is going on back here? There we go. Let's get this all minimized. Start familiarizing myself, re-familiarizing myself with the tracks. Start messaging these Teen Center folks. Return Sam's message because he sent me some documentation. So really reach out to him and let him know what I think of that for marketing. And yeah, just that's it. And then I got improv tonight. So, all right, I think that's everything. Once again, thank you guys for coming. These are my thoughts, and they are not intrusive. And yeah, I hope you have a good Wednesday, and I'll see you tomorrow. This is Melzworld Live. I'm Ramel. Thanks for coming, and have a great day.